Lawmakers are set to take up Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders' proposed $6.7 billion budget today.
It increases spending by about 3%. The Education Freedom Account program, created under the LEARNS Act, would receive more than $309 million. The school choice vouchers allow students and families to fund their chosen education option. It's $122 million more than last year, another $70 million set aside for future growth.
When you are trying to keep annual spending from going up by no more than about the historical average of 3%, and so much of that is going towards this one program, that leaves very little else for all of our other critical needs.
Well, we don't know where this program is going to max out at. You know, it's extremely popular amongst a lot of students across the state, a lot of parents across the state for the school choice that they're getting right now. So we need to kind of figure out and make sure that we have a responsible financial future.
Lawmakers are returning to the Capitol at noon to officially begin this session. Governor Sanders is set to deliver her State of the State address shortly after.
And Bacola voters have passed a school bond proposal that will fund an $11.8 million activity center for the school district. The bond passed with 62% of the vote. The superintendent said the current facilities are outdated and overcrowded. Now, the new one is planned to have 1,200 seats. Superintendent also says that property taxes will see a modest increase, with some homeowners paying about $18 more per year, while higher tax bills would see larger increases. Now to the Arkansas Secretary of State race, where a recount was requested.
Saline County election officials say the recount showed no differences from last week's runoff election results. Republican candidate Brian Norris requested the recount, with the results showing he lost by 900 votes to State Senator Kim Hammer. All counties that have done a recount have come back with no changes. Miller County will hold one on Thursday. Hammer says the recount process has been educational and shows how Arkansas' system can be trusted.
I think the recount verifies that the system we have shows why we're the #1 state in the nation for election integrity security, because all the paper recounts are coming back 100% accurate.
However, Norris sent us a statement and says he's not accepting the results of the Saline County recount. He claims Arkansas election laws were violated during the recount. Norris and his attorney say the county did not allow his representative to view the ballot counting, and ballots were handled by poll workers who weren't authorized to handle ballots. The winner of the runoff will face Democrat Kelly Grape in November. Well, a World War II veteran just turned 99, but at heart, he's still 29.
Yeah, 5 News reporter Claire Everbach had a chance to meet with the birthday boy and celebrate. To tell us all about him, good morning, Claire.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Tiffany. Troy Pike celebrated his 99th birthday on Monday right here in Fort Smith at Bowling World. Of course, with friends, family, cake, and a few strikes. 99 years of life.
Bowling is a beautiful game.
Many of those years have been spent at the bowling alley.
I still enjoy bowling. I love the people that I bowl with. Everybody's good.
For Troy Pike, bowling is more than just a game. It keeps him moving and connected to the community. After serving in World War II and the Korean War, Pike strived to stay busy and social. That mindset then carried into his career. He spent 30 years teaching others how to run the printing press.
I learned how to run them first, then I'd teach people how to run them.
His work didn't stop there. He also became a trucker.
I probably trucked in every city at least 100 times, and I knew I didn't even need a road map because I'd traveled so many times.
Building a life rooted in hard work and serving others.
Most of my life I've helped people.
Pike's heart for others and work ethic is what keeps him going every day. But as for what keeps him young,
I never stopped for nothing. And I worked out after I walked my puppy dogs. I went to the gym and I worked out for 30, 40 minutes every morning.
Pike doesn't plan on slowing down anytime soon. Whether it's a battlefield, a truck route, a workout, or a bowling game, he's going to give it his all.
I don't give up. Dad says when you start something, you finish it. You don't stop in the middle of the street.
A message that's always a strike, and he's held close to his heart in his 99 years of life. In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Claire Everbach, 5 News.
In other news this morning, Mercy Fort Smith says it will expand hospital operations with a $60 million investment plan. The improvements will happen in 3 phases over the next few years. The first will include physicians and caregivers. The second and third will focus on facility enhancements and technology upgrades. Now, it comes weeks after Baptist Health announced the closure of its labor and delivery unit. Well, in Bentonville, a lane shift on Southeast Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway starts this morning. It will impact the northbound lanes between Southeast 5th and East Central. The shift will last from 7 to 5 p.m. today and tomorrow. The city says workers will be doing a crane work for a project.
Well, in the Middle East, President Trump has announced the U.S. and Iran have agreed to a 2-week ceasefire. This comes less than 2 hours before the president's proposed deadline to escalate strikes. Iran's foreign minister says the ceasefire deal includes a 2-week safe passage for ships through the Strait of Hormuz. This is in coordination with Iran's military. Iran has also given the U.S. a long-term peace proposal. One protester in New York says news of the ceasefire was a relief.
I think that anytime people aren't dying, that's good.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said in a statement that he supports the ceasefire, but added the pause does not cover Israel's conflict with Lebanon. Pakistan and other Gulf countries were involved in negotiating the deal.
Well, Department of Homeland Security Secretary Markwayne Mullins says DHS employees should see all back pay in their paychecks by either Friday or Monday. The partial government shutdown that began 6 weeks ago caused thousands of DHS workers, including TSA officers, to work while missing paychecks, leading to record high call-outs and hours-long airport lines. Secretary Mullins says President Trump's executive action and funding flexibility will cover the payments.